Alright, well, today we're going to be making some fish tacos out of that redfish that Calvin caught yesterday. So, we're going to knock the sides off the fish, and I'll show you how I do tacos. Alright, here's the fish on my little fillet table here. This is the 21-incher from yesterday's video. So, I'm going to show you the easiest way to fillet this. Yep, the easiest way is to watch somebody that actually knows what they're doing. I don't. It takes me about 10 minutes to fillet a redfish because they have really tough scales. So, now that that's part over, we can go make tacos. Alright, first step is I'm going to make some pico. See here we got some onions, some tomatoes, a jalapeno, some limes, and some cilantro. So I'm going to turn it into a bowl of pico. Alright, so as you can see, have our homemade pico, which is tomato, some onion, all diced up, some jalapenos diced up, some cilantro, and some lime juice. Makes it for a really good pico. So over here, got the pan. I have my fish fillets. Now one thing that I do is I soak the fillets in milk for at least an hour because, let me get the light here. Anyway, I soak it in milk for an hour because the milk pulls a lot of the blood out of the meat, and the blood is where you get that bad fishy taste from. So, soak it in milk for at least an hour before you cook it, and then dry it off completely. And I'll show you all that. There we go. Nice, beautiful redfish fillets. You want them as dry as you can get them, and now we'll season them. I think I'm going to do some chili powder. Try not to do too much, but the stuff always comes out fast. Okay. A little bit of salt. A little bit of fresh ground black pepper. Not much. I definitely don't want to over season this because the fish is so good that that's the main thing I want here. Get the water going. I always do this just simple boil in a bag rice, and then I add cilantro and lime after it's cooked. Pan nice and hot, spread your butter around. I'm going to cut these fish fillets in half because they're a little long, and I'm not eating all of it right now. I'm going to save one fillet for later, but it's easier to cook them when they're in half, so I'm going to do that. Take a fillet. I'm going to do it seasoned side down. Just in there, and I always move it around to make sure it doesn't stick. Okay, let that cook for a couple minutes until you can see the color come about halfway up there on the end where I cut, and then I'll flip it over. Now you definitely don't want to overcook the fish. You don't want to undercook it either, but overcooking it's probably worse. So, alright, you start to see some of the cook come up there. Starting to get kind of done towards the back end of this. I'm going to go ahead and flip this. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. Coming along beautifully. Probably should have started the rice a little sooner, but it'll get done when it's done. We got one fillet done. Waiting on the other fillet. This fillet I'm going to turn into tacos. The other fillet I'll save. I might do sandwiches with it, or just eat it over a bed of rice later. But this will be done shortly. Oh, and I've never done any kind of catch and cook before, so this is all new to me. I'm not entirely sure where to put the camera or anything like that, so I'm trying to figure it out. I know this one's probably going to suck. I'm still learning how to film, so you have to bear with me. And he's in the way. Yes, you. What are you doing under there, sugar? You want to come on out? There you go. Good girl. Tiny little thing. Alright. As you can see, we got the rice in here boiling. It's almost done. Oh yeah, look at that. Turned out perfect. I might not be able to film worth a damn, but I can certainly cook. Try to get as much water off of that rice as you can. And the rest is pretty simple. There you go. Get the rice over here so we can actually see what we're doing. Don't worry, the pan's not too hot. Alright, we're going to take a little bit of cilantro. Just maybe a little more. However much you want, whatever. Take a lime. Squeeze a lime in there. Get something to mix that up with. That'll work. These are absolute junk knives, so this will be okay. Now we'll start actually making the tacos. Right. I've cut the fish into strips. Now we're going to take some of these. They're just little taco shells. Put them on my little taco plate here. Grip on this. All right. Look at that. This little taco plate's the best thing I ever bought. All right. Get a spoon. All right. Get some of this rice. More on that one. Alright. We'll take our fish. Lay it on there. That. And redfish is definitely one of my favorite fish to eat. They taste so good. They cook really well. It's really hard to mess up a redfish. There's 100 different ways to do them. Alright. Take our spoon. Get some of our pico here. This pico is really good with chips and stuff, so I'll definitely save the rest of it because I'm not going to use much on here. And then the final piece is this. I love this stuff. I put it on just about everything. What do you have? Oh no. I'll do just a little bit of this. And there we have it. 3 perfectly beautiful tacos. Alright, I'm gonna finish these. Might make another couple. But I'm gonna call it there. I will see you next week.